look around me and I see so much suffering, which really breaks my heart. People are doing things that they don't enjoy in order to receive the money to buy things that they don't need, in order to appear in a way that isn't their real self. So think about all the things that we do in order to appear as if we belong somewhere, some sort of status symbol, that we're okay because we studied this, we're good because we've bought this. This relationship means that I am a worthy person. So there is so much that we do which isn't us. It's not who we really are. And yet, I see so many people feeling as if that they're stuck, that they can't move, that they have no choices, that it has to be this way, that it has to be this life of stress and suffering, and that when things don't turn out the way that they want it to turn out, they need to change it because it needs to be a certain way. Whereas if we just allowed ourselves to flow and really be a witness of the magic that is life and let go of all expectations, expecting how our friends need to be, expecting how our colleagues need to be, expecting how our children need to be, expecting how our neighbors need to be, expecting how the drivers on the road need to be. Can you imagine? Can you imagine what that would feel like? Can you imagine a world with no anger, no hurt? Is that even possible? Well, it's got to start somewhere. And that somewhere is to really start examining who we really are. Because who we really are is not this meat suit. It's not this body. It's not these achievements. It's not the money in the bank. It's not the house that we live in. It's not the car that we drive. It's not the bag that we hold. It's not the ring that we have on our finger. It's not how good our children are. It's none of that. We're none of that. And so my deepest wish is that one by one we start watching ourselves, observing ourselves, and asking more questions about why we're making the choices that we're making. Why we think we need to stay in that job that we hate. Why are we so untrustworthy of the magic of the universe? Why, when something does work out the way that we want it to, synchronicities, coincidences, why is it that we just say, oh, that was a coincidence? Why is it that we can't believe that there is a power greater than us that is actually steering us towards a path that we cannot even imagine, let alone grasp? And so what I've decided to do is I need to get myself out here speaking more often. And I'm also offering, for the first time in a long time, I have not offered one-on-one sessions for a very long time. I'm going to be offering one-on-one soul alignment sessions. Doesn't matter where you're located in the world, it's going to be all online. And it's all about intuitively bringing forth your higher self, not your small self, not your false self, not your little self that thinks they know everything, but they actually don't. But your higher self to come into the session, to make it clear as to what it is that you need to let go of, so that you can allow the magic of the universe to come forward. And so I'm going to be putting a link down below. I'm going to be offering a very, just a few sessions per week. And I really want to help people to start taking the journey that I have taken, especially over these last few years where I have let go of everything in my life that I no longer wanted. So every relationship that I didn't want is gone. Everything that I no longer wanted to hold on to, no longer wanted to clean, no longer wanted in my life is gone. Every kind of anything I do during my day that I don't want to do is gone. So what then happens is that you allow the adventure to just take you along for the ride and trust. And it's not easy. It's not easy to trust that everything will be okay regardless, to know that you are being held, that there is a power greater than you that is taking care of everything if you just let go. Knowing that we are all protected and that we are all here for something greater than us. That what we think we are here to do is not even the edge of what we're really here to do. Because we are on the verge of the greatest awakening that mankind has ever seen. And what that means is that more and more people are awakening to the truth of who they really are. That we are not this body, that we are not our degrees, we are not our diplomas, we are not our houses, we are not our cars, we are not our partners, we are not our children. We are a light being in this human body that needs to rediscover itself, that needs to feel the magic, the power, the love, the unconditional love. I see so many families that are fragmented, so many families that are closed off to the people that they really love because they won't forgive, because they won't let go, because things have to show up a certain way. If we just allow ourselves to let go of all the things that we think matter but actually don't, then there's a ride waiting for us that is beyond our wildest dreams. But we need to trust, we need to be patient, and we need to be aligned with our soul, not our ego mind. Many people think that the ego just means that you're arrogant. It's not what it means at all. The ego is that part of the mind, that mental program that is trying to control the uncontrollable, that is trying to always achieve the next thing, that always wants more and more and more, and doesn't realize that it's just getting in its own way. Because the power that you actually hold within you is completely untapped. And so, if you're interested in aligning with the power of your soul, because the soul is so powerful, then for the first time ever, I have never done this before. I have not worked with clients one-on-one for a very long time. I've been on that one-to-many trajectory for the last how many years, but I believe that this work is so important that I have opened up a few spots. So I'm going to put the link below, where what actually happens in these sessions is before you arrive in the session, I'm going to go into a deep prayer. And when you come to the session, we're going to get very clear on what it is that's blocking you, what it is that's in your way. Why are you feeling stuck? Why do you think that you've got no choice when there are an infinite number of choices that are available to you at any one time? But that's because you've been programmed to believe something, you're conditioned to believe something. So what is it that you need to let go of? What's the next perfect step for you to do? And that will allow the magic to arrive. And it's not an overnight process, but it is a big, massive first step. And so if that's something that interests you, I'm going to put the link down below. If there's any questions about any of this, I'd love to talk about it. Other than that, these videos are on my Eleni Mitas YouTube, and I mostly speak there. It's very unusual for me to come onto Facebook these days. but I just felt the calling to do that today. I'm not quite sure why, but that's the way that I roll. So I had this calling that said speak on Facebook today. You haven't done that for a very long time, and so that's what I'm doing. Sending you all my love, and remember who you are. You're way more powerful than you think you are, and you're way more loving than you have ever known yourself to be. Sending you all my love. See you later.